Hey everyone, this is Joe with Southeastern Frontiers, and today I am on a short backpacking trip to the Walls of Jericho. And hiking with me today is Jonathan. The Walls of Jericho is an interesting limestone canyon that straddles the Alabama-Tennessee border. Starting at the Alabama Trailhead, there is also a longer trail to the Tennessee Trailhead. You hike steeply downhill for about 2.5 miles before reaching the bottom of a large valley. By the time we got to the bottom, it was dark, and so Jonathan and I hiked the remaining mile to our campsite in the dark, after first hiking to another campsite that was badly overgrown. The next morning, we hiked up to the Walls of Jericho Canyon itself until we reached the swimming pool and the main amphitheater bowl. The water was only a trickle this year compared to past years when the water was gushing from the cave at the end of the bowl. After a nice break at the amphitheater, including some nice visits with other hikers, we returned back out of the canyon, packing up our campsite and beginning the long climb up out of the valley to the trailhead. This hike is difficult primarily due to the steep climb up, 1,000 feet over 2.5 miles, right at the end. That's a killer. If you do this hike, make sure that you start that uphill climb with plenty of water, because it will take it out of you. But otherwise, the hike is beautiful and a long-time favorite of ours. All right, the Walls of Jericho sign's over there, and the hiking trail is this way. It's late in the day on a Friday, and we're hoping to get to camp before it's dark. We should be able to do that. It's theoretically, it's an hour till sunset, but you know, down in the valley, it will be dark shortly, so we'll see. Down we go. This first part of the trail into the Walls of Jericho is pretty steep, not crazy so, and the trail's well designed, but and it's not a problem going in, but coming out it can be a beast because it's about 1,000-foot gain over maybe a mile or so. So yeah, it's tough coming out, but we should make good time going in. The trail today is marked mostly by a red blaze, so it's not hard to follow, and like I said before, it's pretty well designed and well traveled, so shouldn't be any fear of anyone getting lost coming down here. But I do caution people, if you've never been here before and you come to want to see the Walls of Jericho, make sure you're prepared for the climb back out at the end. Bring lots of water or a water filter. We have water filters, so we should be good, but the climb out can take a lot of water, more than some people realize. More than once we've had to rescue people who had gone down here with no water and were dying on the trip back up. All right, we have come to where a spring comes out of the rocks right up there and runs across the trail. There's very little water in it today. It's been pretty dry. Had some rain last week, but before that it's been really dry. So anyway, that's a mile marker along the way. Continuing down. We have come to the intersection with the horse trail. There are some very popular horse trails out here as well, but we're continuing down on the hiking trail. All right, the next milestone is the sinkhole. So it's still light enough to see the sinkhole right here. But the sun is setting. It's getting kind of orange in the west over there on the other side of the valley. I think technically the sun's behind the ridge from our point of view now. Going through some rocks here, along kind of a ledge. Gotta watch my footing for sure. We have reached official sunset, not just in the valley, but everywhere locally. Starting to get a little dark. I had to switch cameras. The GoPro can't really record anymore. So this one's shakier, but we are almost to the bottom though. So won't be much longer now. Okay, we have attained the bottom of the valley. There's a creek here running beside us. And there's a bridge up here. And I think we may have to get out headlamps up here at the bridge. It was pretty dark back in the trees there. Now that we've popped out in the open, it's not too bad. There's some sky glow up there. Here's the bridge. There's a little water in there. It's not running very fast, but it'll do. All right, it is dark now. We're following the signs though. Our trail goes off that way. There is a campsite over here, but we're gonna go over the one by the creek. So that way. All right, we've come to the second bridge. This one's over Turkey Creek, which is the one that goes up into the canyon where the Walls of Jericho are. All right, Walls of Jericho's that way, but there are campsites off here to the left, so we're gonna go find one of these. Cattle have been here. Lovely. Well, that adds extra obstacles. All right, time to blow up my air mattress. Got the tent set up. Using my little pump. I love this thing. Saves a lot of breath. John is working on getting a fire started, even though it's pretty warm, but it'll be nice for some light because it's pretty dark. The moon's up there in the sky though, that's nice, through the trees. And I am getting supper started. All right, John lit the fire. Let's see if the sticks catch and if we can build it. All right, those are going. Those are going. Put that there to try to dry it out a little. Yeah, lay that across. There's one over here that would be good to lay across.
Right here?
Yeah. Yeah. We had some difficulty finding all the right size sticks, so this might be a little challenging. All right, the fire's going nicely. Very good job, John. And boiling some water here. All right, for the first camping trip of the season, I am having chicken pesto pasta, which is my favorite, and I couldn't resist pulling it off the shelf tonight. So that's what I'm having. Jonathan is having Farm to Summit green chili mac and cheese, which is actually what I had on my last backpacking trip. So we'll see how Jonathan likes it.
All right.
So John, how is it?
Oh, it's pretty good. It's a little, on the peppery side, but and it's a little liquidy.
A little soupy, huh?
Other than that, the noodles are well done. And yeah, it's quite good other than that.
Good. Oh, it's nice. It's cooling down now. It was kind of warm when we came in, and it's lovely. Of course, it's about hiker midnight, so, but I'm gonna let the fire burn a little while longer yet. Good night, John. Good morning. It is the second day of our little backpacking trip at the Walls of Jericho. and we're getting breakfast going. So I think the water's boiling. Okay, it was dark when we got in last night, so I'll show you around camp here. Here's our fire ring, nice little stone there to do some prep on. I got my tent right there. Jonathan set his hammock up here right across the trail. Yeah, we figured there wouldn't be too many people coming in after we got here last night. Normally we go down this trail further. Our favorite campsite always has been down where this trail hits the creek down here. There's usually an open meadow, but this year the meadow is full of weeds and is really, really tall. But we're going to go down there and see if we can get to the water and refill our water. All right, we're all watered up and ready to go for the day. Let's go. Okay, we're going to leave our tent set up for now and go up in the canyon. A little lightweight, just a water bottle with us. And then when we come back, we'll finish packing up camp and we'll head up the mountain. There are a couple of really good campsites right here. One even has a bench. We're right by the entrance to the canyon up here. There's a cemetery right there in the corner. These are often busy. There's another one just a little bit further down. And then the one we traditionally stayed at is way down by the creek where we filtered water today. But it's completely overgrown with tall weeds right now. No one's used it in a while. So we came up here and used one of these. They're easy when there's no one else here. There's even firewood piled up here, so that's nice. All right, we came to this sign in the dark last night. And the bridge over the creek is right there. And we're gonna go off this way. All right, Walls of Jericho, half mile. These flowers are pretty this morning. So there's a cemetery back here, which is kind of interesting. It used to be a family that homesteaded down here, and this was their family cemetery. It's off to the side here. There's a few stones, but we're continuing up the trail. Still following the red blaze. I'll warn you, the trail up the canyon is rocky and has its ups and downs. So you can see we've climbed up from the creek. It's a bit of work, so be prepared for that. Don't think it's going to be an easy walk up the canyon. Well, this beech tree snapped off and is laying down in the valley. All right, up some steps. All right, we are starting to get some water in the valley. It's not under the rocks anymore. It's flowing over the top of them. Only a little trickle of a waterfall here today. Sometimes this is really roaring. Makes a nice swimming pool. All right, this is the famous amphitheater. Oh, someone has a tent up here, that's cool.
That might be this group.
Uh-huh. You know, I think these divots are newly cut. I don't remember these holes.
No, they've been here.
Okay.
They just, usually there's more water running through this area.
Uh-huh. Well, I know when you guys slid down that time when the water was running, I don't remember there being holes like that you'd fall into. There's a cave up there that the water's coming out of. We'll go check it out. When the water's running really heavy, it comes over that the falls up there. I've never been here when there was enough water to come over that, but I'm sure it's pretty dang impressive.
It goes back a little ways.
It goes back a little ways. You can't go too far before you get squeezed pretty tight. We know where the other end of this is. There's a waterfall upstream that flows into the other end of this cave. With this little water running, I'm guessing the waterfall's not really running. It's maybe just dripping. Sometimes this shoots a full jet of water out though. There's a smaller hole coming out of the rocks here that has just as much water running out of it today. You gonna go look at that waterfall up there while I rest? Yeah, John's gonna go check out the waterfall if it exists up the valley a little further. I don't feel like it's worth me climbing up the cliff behind me there to do it. It's gonna be probably dry. So I'm gonna rest here, drink some water, maybe get some drone video. All right, we are heading out on our way back to the car. It's beautiful here, but the day is getting on. We need to keep moving. This is prettier now that the sun's shining on it. Very cool. Such clear water. All right, we are heading back out. There are lots of people flooding in. I knew it would be popular today. It's beautiful weather. It's kind of a nice cool day. First one we've had in a long time. We're almost back to the main valley. There's a nice little campsite here along Turkey Creek. There's another one up a little further ahead. There's a lot of places to camp down here. It can get busy sometimes on nice weekends though. All right, we are all packed up. I think we got everything picked up here. And one last check and we are on our way.
I've got a caterpillar.
Do you? Oh yeah, look at that. Caterpillar.
Oh no. I'm trying to save you.
Oh, look at this daddy longlegs. That's a big daddy longlegs.
Rotted soup. It ran the water ran right off the bottom, so then it stopped being an issue.
Yes, this is the famous hollow tree here. It's pretty cool. It is hollow but still alive with new growth out the top, but the old trunk is pretty rotten. But it's fun. You can go around the other side and stick your face through and take your picture. We came through this section in the dark last night and missed all these cool wildflowers along here. Very pretty. So many. That was really nice. All right, we are at the bridge over the main creek here, the second bridge, going this direction. We're going to stop and have a snack before we head up the mountain. There's actually two campsites here.
Yeah, a top one and
Well, a top one and a bottom one. Yeah. Yep, that one's full of trash. Yeah, this one's got quite a bit too.
Yeah.
People are very inconsiderate. This trail is actually pretty well designed. It has steep bits followed by flat stretches where you can rest. And we're about to go back into a steep stretch. Up we go. We didn't really cover this when we were coming in because it was getting dark, but there's a sinkhole here, big one, here. And if you go down there, there's a cave entrance and you can go down in the cave. It's a pretty easy cave as caves go. Bring a headlamp and go with a buddy, but otherwise it's doable. John and Jacob and a friend of theirs did it once a couple of years ago. There's some video of that on my channel. I'll put a link down in the description. All right, continuing up. We're somewhere between a third and halfway up the slope at this point. Don't know for sure. Gotta follow the arrows through the rock wall here. Luckily, somebody's put in a lot of steps. All right, we are back up to the horse trail. That's a major milestone. That goes off that way. We go straight across and keep climbing. We're getting there. We're in the home stretch now, kind of. Oh, a lovely flatness here. It's very nice. Need to rest. It's been quite a climb. And we have more to go, but whew, it's good to rest. Another glorious flat stretch. Woohoo! And I think we have one more major climb, don't you think, John?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then we will be there. We've already started talking about the post-hike meal, so.
If we're talking about food, it's over.
Yeah, when you're talking about food, it's over. That's right. Basically, we have to climb to the top of that little ledge there. That's where the parking lot is. Okay, I think we're on our last serious uphill. almost back to the trailhead. That's a climb up out of there, about 1,000 feet over 2.5, 3 miles, something like that. It's a climb. But anyway, we're almost back to the trailhead. Thanks for coming along with us on this trip. It's been a lot of fun, and I'll catch you next time. Oh, there's a nice breeze up here too. That's lovely. A few more cars than when we arrived last night.